Hey Minty, how was your Thanksgiving?
Fine.
Well, I was with my family. I know you don't have one, but I was chilling with my family and they served me a nice heaping plate of disappointment.
I mean, that's what happens when you're raised by wolves.
Yeah. Hi, I'm the wolf enthusiast Annie.
And I'm the one with the shotgun, Minty.
Well, this got dark, and this is FunUntitled, where we serve every podcast with an FU. Now let's talk about the finale of UK Season 3, Episode 10, and then later we'll go to Canada and talk about what really put Minty in a sour mood.
I mean, honestly, both has put me in a sour mood. I'm disappointed in a winner, and I'm disappointed in a loser.
Let's get started. So we know the final three is Aloha Day, Kitty Scott Claus, and Krista Versace. And Kitty was like, well, I'm surprised we never had a dog in the top three. And I was like, yeah, because we don't have a dog, we have a cat. Honestly, the thought of you thinking Kitty would get anywhere.
No, cause like, she's on like the bigger side. She's more of a comedy queen. I feel like Vivian and Lawrence was just kind of that.
I feel like lately we've been breaking the trends. Like in RuPaul's Drag Race US, like instead of having a melanin queen, we had a trans queen.
The conspiracy. I don't know. I just like, okay, they do the podcast Spill the Tea. They do a music video, Hey Sis, It's Christmas. You know, on Thanksgiving. Just like any American, you're celebrating Christmas once you acknowledge that Thanksgiving is a holiday.
Hey, we both said, I guess UK don't know what Thanksgiving is. They colonized a lot of people. They can't keep track of every country.
I wonder if no, it's a very American thing.
Yeah. So, here's the thing I don't really... Okay, the song was good. But after a while, it was like, hey, y'all, hey, editors, did anyone realize this song is repetitive? Like, I don't know if it's supposed to be a club song, so it could be put on loop, but I was like, get to the point.
Also, Crystal was clearly offbeat.
Oh my god, how did she win? When, like, every time the video edited away from Crystal, you could see her lagging behind.
Yeah, like, when the other two were on the ground, she was still standing, like...
It's so funny. Like, I pointed out, like, hey, anyone notice that Crystal spins after everyone else? Like, wow, Crystal, you did the whole K to the V so enthusiastically. Like, yeah, because she didn't have to go and sing.
It's like, they knew before this episode was, I guess, recorded, shot, that they were gonna make Crystal the winner.
It was rigor mortis. The only thing I thought Crystal... Did we say... Okay, yeah, Crystal won.
I mean, it's kind of clear Crystal Versace won, and it's like, it makes no sense.
I like what someone said. It's like, well, the UK will never give us what we want. Look what happened with Bimini.
Yeah. And it's crazy because Lawrence Chaney won season 2, and as much as I love Lawrence Chaney, Bimini should have won season 2.
For some reason, a lot of queens get shafted with the perfect edit, so it's like, oh, they didn't work as hard, they're just naturally that talented, so we can't give them the crown. We have to give it to a queen who has to, like, work for it. And I'm like, when did this trend start? Because Bianca never had to work for it. Bob the drag queen was flawless.
I mean, when they started making the lip sync, the grand finale, I feel like that's when the change started happening. It got very gimmicky.
And it was just like, at one point, I liked looking at the outfits of the queens that came back more than our final three. Did you not think Chorizo's flower dress was pretty? And I know you like River Medway's.
I thought Chorizo's one was very nice, but I just feel like it's just the standard flamingo dress. It's nothing dragged or elevated about it.
Man, you twisted fabric into roses. That's like Steven Universe shit, man.
Been there, done that. I mean, even River's one isn't the most grand, but it was cute.
I like all the outfits better than the final three. Like, which of the final three did you like the most? Because we had Ella with purple, Kitty had some weird Cinderella scales, and Crystal was all black milk.
I mean, it's weird because, like, all of them, I just wanted more. I wish Ella's dress was more... Actually, honestly, all the dresses could have been more. Because I thought Kitty had a good outfit, but, like, I feel like that should have been more like a ball gown. Like, just give it the big hoop skirt treatment. And I thought Crystal was nice, but I thought the accessories were clunky, so I thought...
thought so too.
Right? Like, something needed to be streamlined. Like, I think she needed to layer it, like, go from short to long. And then Ella is just like, if you're just wearing a one-piece outfit, and I don't mean like a one-piece swimsuit, but like your outfit is literally just the one piece of fabric you're wearing, I need more. And Ella's one was just like, it's just a dress.
When they said, Ella, I love your outfit, but the silver shoes with all the gold accessories. And I was like, that's the only negative thing you said about any contestants, and that's driving me crazy.
They always do this for the end. Every competition show, when it's the finale, they just like, it's all praises just to confirm to the audience, oh yeah, we made the right decision making these people the top 3.
Yeah, so like, I know that trend, but the fact that Ella got the only critique, like Crystal did not get read for anything, and Kitty was like, you're so impressive, you're totally not the same bitch every week, you've grown. It's like, well, Ella's not winning. She's the only one who got a fucking critique.
I can't understand how Crystal won.
I mean, like, yeah, I don't like the fact that Crystal, I don't know if we talked about this last episode, but you thought Kitty would win. I'm like, no, it's every way to Sunday, Crystal was gonna win. Just for like a weird narrative.
But cause the narrative goes like, she's perfect, she's 19, I can't believe she's doing this, to, okay, now we're just expecting you to be perfect, so you need to up yourself, even though you already packed your shit. And then back to, oh, we're seeing a different side of her now. And I'm like, what? What side? She did the one robot thing?
That's so stupid. She wasn't even good at it.
Yeah, I mean, it was okay, but I didn't care for it.
I feel like Aloha and Bimini are both people who were shy in the beginning, but when they finally peaked, the judges was like, well, we already wrote the trophy to someone. We can't just change it.
So I
will say Crystal did do a better job with the lip sync than Aloha. That's the only thing Crystal ever did better than Ella.
Crystal's the only one that can move. I guess Kitty could move, but Kitty wasn't gonna win.
I mean, yeah. I believe in the Twitter votes, from what I've seen, I don't go on Instagram. It's funny because Crystal had the least amount of votes.
Because it makes no sense.
Like, who wanted Crystal to win?
Season 3 overall was an okay season. I felt like a lot of the queens that I really liked got out from the beginning.
A lot of queens you like got out during the double elimination.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So it's just like, it was a boring season, especially after season 2 was so good.
Oh yeah.
Season 3 was a real letdown, and I feel like part of it was just that it was too gimmicky.
You know what's weird is that Charity Case was there. She just didn't talk at all. And it makes me feel like, was she not close with the other girls?
You know, I don't know, that's a good question. Or they cut everything out because she does alternative drag?
She had a weird caveman look.
Yeah. I don't know. They have these queens in a hotel and they gotta use them somehow.
Alright, turn your volume down a little, because we're about to get heated in Canada.
No, not really.
I'm gonna get heated.
Okay.
Alright, Minty, you're gonna have to take charge for this episode, because as soon as we hit a certain point, that's when Annie comes in.
So, like we said, now we're on to RuPaul's Drag Race Canada's Season 2, Episode 7. First, we start off with the mini challenge, which is the Fashion Police. I thought it's a very clever name. It's very funny. Where they pair off and they just roast each other a little on like some selected fashion choices.
Man, I know it was quick drag, but some of them look like women. Some of them was like, oh my god, that's a man.
Some of them focus on the outfit and some focus on the makeup. It was a little weird. But basically, Kendall won. I did think Kendall was the funniest. Not necessarily funny, but funniest. So then she got to pick the order of the Brooklyn Heights roast. And she chose to go first, which is weird.
Confidence game through the roof.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird because, like, UK just did one last week, right? So, like, UK clearly knew the strat, but, like, Canada was like, what, you've never seen an episode?
Well, she wanted to, like, step outside to, like, present herself better to the judges after being bottom last week.
Sure, but when none of you are the comedy queen, and you admit that you yourself is not a comedy queen, how could you put yourself first? Because you're not gonna stand out necessarily by being first, you're gonna stand out by being the best.
Hey, but results speak for themselves, right?
I mean, it worked out. Surprisingly.
She was so funny with that comment about, oh, when you said queen annoying, I thought you meant Pitya, but no, we got the self-appointed queen instead.
Dude, that joke slays. That joke is freaking awesome.
Like, when you're like, oh, this is a Brooklyn Heights roast, I'm like, is Brooklyn interesting?
Brooklyn is not interesting. That's why I'm still surprised she's the host for Canada's Drag Race. But her drag was really good in the beginning, those outfits, but it's kind of taking a little dip.
Man, they all roasted her about being emotionless. And I'm like, yeah, I can see that. Season 12, the only thing good about her was that she was sucking Vanjie's dick.
Shut up. She had good fashion and a lip sync. She had a good lip sync.
I can't believe no one brings up her shitty reveal, and it's all just Mariah Carey.
Celine Dion?
Celine Dion, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they know Brooklyn Heights the best because supposedly, I think they all worked with her or something. Basically, all the other queens were bad. I mean, Isis was okay.
Who's the one that went over time?
Isis.
Okay, Isis was okay.
Gia's one was cringy. That's why she was on the bottom.
Yes, like, I'm going past, when I had to be mean and trying to be a better person. It's like, okay, bitch, well, why'd you make it all about yourself, but?
Yeah, it was weird because it was almost like the same thing Vanity had to get through. Like, she didn't want to be mean either.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it's like context, right? Like, if you're being mean just to be a bit, then you're mean. But if you're being mean to roast and be funny, then you're not really being mean.
I like the way you deliver it, right? Like, Kimura, I feel like she had some jokes. She just said it so matter-of-factly. It's like, this sounds kind of insulting.
I can't even remember what she said.
I can't remember. I just remember it being like, I feel like I'm being threatened right now. And I'm not even here.
I kind of thought Pitya should have been on the bottom.
Oh, they talked about that. About how her, she didn't have a leg to stand on, but in her runway basically just saved her ass.
Yeah, so let's get into that runway.
Okay, this is where Annie stands up. When you hear Dungeons and Drag Queens, you think to yourself, alright, high fantasy, I'm curious where they're going to take this. Then you see two dragons come out, and you're like, oh, okay, the theme's lizard. And then, I believe the third one was Mother effing Hendall Jenner, who came out in like a weird elf nude look.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, if you're wearing skin tone drapes, it looks like you have saggy skin, bro. And it was just very ugly, and the only one who understood the assignment was
Pitya.
Yes, because she came out as a motherfucking centaur. She came out with an extra head, and she came out with extra legs.
Oh, yeah. I think with Pitya, it's like, I didn't get why it was this white and pink Victorian look.
I think because she needed that giant dress with the giant badunkadunk to hide the legs, so no one would suspect the thing.
But they're not fantasy colors.
Yeah, I guess not.
So, I mean, I love the idea of it. I'm just still a little confused. Like, I don't know if everything hit the mark. But the idea is unique enough to save you from the main challenge. And then we get to the really disappointing part of this episode was that Kimura kind of checked out.
Okay, now, question. So, Kimura's, the whole one talk was basically Kimura being like, I know I'm not going to get the crown. I don't really care. I'm just out. And then for the lip sync, she does that train wreck travesty. Now, before getting into what Kimura did, do you think it would have just been better if she just walked off?
You know, I always thought walking off was the worst thing you could do until I saw this fucking lip sync.
And how would you even describe what Kimura did?
I mean, she literally just followed Gia around and was pointing at her. As if to say hey, pick this bitch as you win. Cause before the lip sync, I was like, Gia, if you lose, you're gonna feel really shitty. But I didn't think Kimura was just gonna cause she said, I'm gonna put on a show. Well, I guess as a narrator. I don't know, it's just Kimura did not put up a show.
I feel like there's a nice way of describing what she did, and there's a mean way to describe it. A nice way is that there's no way anyone can forget who Kimura Amore is. She's the one who phoned it in and just kept pointing and getting in the way of geometric. I think the mean way is that she's literally just typecasting herself as the most annoyingest lip syncer in all of drag history.
It was just like Andrea said, is it over? Is it over? It was so cringy. It was crazy.
And the editing would just not stop. We get it.
So of course Gia won because Kimura didn't even try.
You had such a satisfied look when the judges was like, hey, before we move on, what the fuck was that?
Because it had to be a dress. And like her reasoning was just like, I checked out. And it's like, no, we got that. I did like that later on Kimura just had a hat in front of her face. Like, I think she was a little embarrassed she did that.
Do you think what Kimura did was worse or Mimi on First did was worse?
Oh, I mean, I'm fine with Mimi on First did. I mean, that just made good TV.
Well, I guess Charlie was right. The Brits don't do lip sync.
Cause who else walked off?
Wait a second, this is Canada.
Ginny Lemon walked off, which was stupid.
Which was hella stupid. I can't think of...
US have walked off. I can't think of it right now.
Ginny Lemon was the most interesting person who walked off because I think everyone else was like, oh, just send me home. I won't do the lip sync. But Ginny Lemon was like, during the mid-performance, she walked off and everyone's like, she's coming back, right?
Oh, I see, yeah. I think you're right. I think she's the one who actually walked off. Others just kind of stood there.
A lot of people said Canada doesn't have a lot of good songs because, like, Kimura couldn't sing to the song because no one knows what this song is, Get Down. But I'm like, didn't Canada have Heaven by DJ Sammy?
Only proving the audience's point.
How dare you?
Anyways, Kendall was the winner. No shock there.
Do you think if Isis paced out her joke, she could have won?
No, her outfit was shitty.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you do want to end with your guess of honor, but it was just shitty. Outfit was shitty. Her roast was okay.
So, who are you rooting for now in Canada?
If I have to pick one, I would pick Kendall.
Oh, she just did really good this week.
No, I just like her personality.
Got it.
I don't think she's funny or her drag is that well, and I don't think she's very fashionable. She looks good out of drag, and she's, like I said, a good personality. I think Gia's annoying. Adriana I don't think is that special. I'm not really into like the fashion queen, so I don't care for Isis. Kimura's gone. Pythia is kind of like, I do kind of like you, but I don't like you either. I don't know what it is.
You have amazing drag. Personality needs to be worked on.
Kind of. Yeah. I think she's just not my favorite in types of drag.
Fair enough. But who do you think is going to do good next week with drag makeover? Because I know that's one of your favorite type of, episodes.
I do like the makeover, but I never like the judging of the makeover. But I would assume...
I think Geometric's going to be bad.
Yeah, probably. I think Kendall might do good, just because she's...
part of the Jenner family.
No, I mean, she's got a good personality, and I think she'll care. Because I think it's about the other person, but some people forget that. And I don't think she would, but who knows?
And with that, we'll come to a scene, because we don't want to go on too long, like Kimura's dancing.
3 more episodes!